What's up, everybody? I'm Aaron, and this is Talking Points. So what's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our weekly update vlog, Talking Points. So, as you can see, we got a brand new set piece here with this new bookshelf. But, we're not going to get onto that later. I mean, you see it, there it is. So, anyway, moving forward with what we're doing today. On today's episode, I'll go over last week's video recap. I'll show off a few new set items, which I'm sure you'll, all go crazy over. And then I'll go over this week's Mobile Game Madness Game of the Week, which I'm going to tell you right now, I was a little disappointed with this game. But we'll get back to that later. And as always, with the episode, so we'll finish it off with our talking points, which is the namesake of the show. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's been a long weekend. Running a little slow here. But anyway, now that we've got that out of the way, we'll talk about the weekend, so maybe another time. Let's go ahead and get talking. So, last week, we began our week with Yoshi's Island, dealing with some very annoying monkeys who decided they just wanted to keep messing with us the whole time. I mean, literally. Every time we turned around, it seemed like they were knocking Mario off of Yoshi's back and, getting in the way and stealing him from us, and yeah. So anyway, after we dealt with them, we finished up World 3 by taking out a dungeon boss in probably one of the quickest times I've ever seen one taken out. Thanks to Josh's awesome skills. And we moved on and started working through World 4. After that, we continued our quest through the Kanto region of the Pokemon world in Pokemon Ash Gray. We began the week by defeating Misty and Team Rocket and moving forward all the way to on our quest to be the very best. After that, we started taking on the world. Well, not so much the world, but the world of Super Mario Maker, where we tried out a few of the AGDQ challenges. Yeah, I suck at it. Josh barely got through some of them. And then we did a couple of the, weekly challenges that give you special costumes. I can't remember the exact wording of it, but the weekly events. We got some pretty awesome costumes out of that. Josh did a couple of solo ones, got some awesome stuff off of that. I did the Southwest Airlines event and got the Flying Mario. Finally, we rounded out our week with Josh grabbing his controller, dusting off the cartridge, and playing some Banjo-Kazooie. And I faced off against some really aggressive turrets on Super Meat Boy. Yeah, probably raged a little bit in that video. It's I really rage a lot in any of the games anymore. So anyway, man, there were no technical difficulties issues here, so we did good here this week. Now that we have that out of the way, let's look at some awesome items that I've gotten for the set. So yeah, here are a few set items that we actually have that I happened to pick up over the past couple of weeks. So first things first, this Bane mask. Figure we'll use that for maybe something in the future. It's made out of PVC, so it's a little pliable when it gets hot. I've put it on a couple of times. It's very comfortable, and I'm still working on my Bane voice, so maybe eventually I might do something with Bane, Next up, we have this Funko Pop Daedric Warrior from the Skyrim collection. As you saw last week, I pointed out that I was getting these two. Well, next up on our list, we'll prove that I got both of them. Next up, we have Alduin, the World Eater. I think this will be a pretty cool thing to add to the collection. I'm going to have to find some space on the shelving units there behind me. And finally, in our Funko Pop collection here, which like I said, running out of space, so I'm going to have to figure something out. I have the Nord, and this is from the ESO, or Elder Scrolls Online collection. You have the Breton, the High Elf, and the Nord. So I can knock off the Nord, because I always like playing as a Nord. They're like the barbarian class of the Elder Scrolls series. Next up we have some amiibos. I have Marth. Yeah, I'm not too familiar on what game he's from. I want to say maybe one of the, well, yeah, I have a hard time remembering what characters are from, but I know he's on Super Smash Bros. And I've played him a few times, and I really like using him as a character. He's pretty cool. Now, you won't get me wrong on this one here, but this is Falco from Star Fox. You know, I'm a big Star Fox nerd, so you know, this was kind of a. I always liked Falco. He was kind of an asshole, but you know, still pretty funny. They're still pretty cool, you know. Next up, we have the Japanese version of Shulk. Let's see, get that back there. These are all, you know, everything else here is going to be amiibos. So Shulk, if I'm not mistaken, is Xenoblade. Yeah, Xenoblade. And he's also available on Super Smash Bros. Also got a light blue Yarn Yoshi from Yoshi's Woolly World, also available for, well, you know, it's another amiibo. And last but not least, now this one came in a little bit of plastic, so I'm going to take him out of the plastic so it doesn't, I don't know, let's see, will that kind of mess up? It's a Japanese version of Captain Falcon for Super Smash Bros. Now, this adds more to my amiibo collection, so I'm going to have to clear off some space for all of these wonderful items here. So, yeah, that's pretty much all the set items I have there. You know, let me get this back in the picture here, you know. Like I said, Bane Mask, it's pliable, needs a little work done. Probably needs to be put under a hairdryer for a couple of minutes just to get it nice and hot. But, yeah, it's pretty comfortable, too. I've actually put it on a couple of times. I mean, I had to take my glasses off, you know, because, you know, no mask is ever made for glasses, but, you know. And it's a little tight around the face. But, you know, how do I look? Maybe I should just take over the world. Or maybe I should just get some likes on YouTube. Yeah, so anyway, that's about it for all the set items. I like goofing around with that one. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to Mobile Game Madness. This week's Game of the Week is actually a spiritual successor to last week's Mobile Game Madness Game of the Week, which was, you know, of course, Tiny Dangerous Dungeon. Now we're playing with Super Dangerous Dungeons, or Dungeon, or it's how they word it, by the same maker, Adventure Islands. So when I first saw this game, my immediate reaction was, okay, now we've gotten more bosses, more dungeon items, more awesome power-ups, and then I started playing it and I was like, wow, this is a lot different than Tiny Dangerous Dungeon. First off, they took away the whole old Game Boy feel to it, made it into a colorized version, which nothing wrong with that. I appreciate every change, you know, every little change every now and then. But unlike TDD, this is just a standard platformer. There's no Castlevania or Metroid style play to it. You just have to collect a key, open a door, and go on to the next level while dodging certain things. Each level does provide you with a certain challenge. However, the controls in this version are very hard to work with, and you'll find yourself raging a lot at this game. I mean, literally, there were times I'd be playing this thing, go to jump, and as I go to jump, character just does not go the way I want him to. And then there were also times that, you know, because I play free versions just to demo it, the pop-up tends to get in the way. Now, you can rectify this issue with, you know, paying for it. However, some mobile game players tend to like the free stuff, and yeah, that pop-up just gets in the way, especially when you're just about to jump, just about to cross an area where there's a trap, or, you know, you might have water that's slowly dropping down, the ad pops up, and you lose control of your character as you're going down. Which, that was another issue I found with this game, is the fact that even ankle-deep water kills you. You don't make it out of that. You know, if you land on the water a little too soon, the game considers it a fail. You know, so you have to start all over. There are no there are no, safe spots, no checkpoints, no nothing like that. Which there were there were checkpoints in Tiny Dangerous Dungeon. So with all those issues and the gameplay problems, Super Dangerous Dungeon will receive a 2 out of 5 from me. Again, gameplay issues, poorly positioned ads, and just the overall lack of a game mechanic that was so good in Tiny Dangerous Dungeon kept this from being something better than what it was, in my opinion. I mean, again, these ratings are all my opinion, so if you want to check it out, you can find it on the Google Play Store or in the Apple App Store, but I'm going to warn you, those ads will make it frustrating for you if you don't go ahead and buy it. I think the Apple version, you might have to buy it, but Google Play, you always get like a free version and an ad version. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's move on to the namesake of the show, our talking points. Last week, I asked you, the viewers, what is your favorite Pokemon? Our fansers, we did get a comment on the video from Nemariel, who writes, Ponyta and Rapidash, because they're horses and flashy. Cubone because of his backstory, which, if you don't know Cubone's backstory, he basically puts on his mother's skull, grabs a bone, and says, alright, it's time to go clubbing, bitches. Yeah. He doesn't need your pity. She says those are all my all-time favorites, but there are so many more who are cute and that I like anyway. Steven writes, what's a Pokemon? Steven, I'll word it to you the way I worded it to you in my answer on Facebook. Just think of them like cockfighting, but instead of using gamecocks, you fight with pixelated monsters on Game Boys. Yeah, it's cockfighting for children, but with cute monsters that don't bleed and they faint rather than die. So, those are our 2 fanswers for this week, but we did have some team answers from, mystery teammate Misty, who says Dragonair and Charmander. She doesn't run a gym, everybody, but, she's Misty from ToC. Josh says that his is Mew and Typhlosion. Those are his 2 favorites. For me, you got mine last week, which was Charizard. I may have messed up and said Charmander, but Charizard. But anyway, that's it for last week's talking point. This week's talking point, we want to know, what is your favorite card game? Now, I know what everyone's asking here, and they want to know if, I'm sure you want to know if I mean games like Magic the Gathering or poker. Those type of card games. Either one. I want to know, what is your favorite card game? Let's just go ahead and say both. Try out both. I mean, for me, I have to say, mine is Yu-Gi-Oh! Followed by Texas Hold'em or Blackjack. I love the games where, it's not too difficult and there's a little bit of challenge to winning. If you want to answer our talking point, do so in the comments below. Or you can answer on Facebook, Twitter, or in our newly running forums that we've had for a couple of months now. So they're not too new, but yeah, you can answer all talking points in all of those areas. All of the links for all of that will be in the description below. So anyway, that wraps up this short episode of Talking Points. I know you were probably expecting something longer, but make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, make sure you keep talking.
Hello, viewers of YouTube. If you want to join us in our glorious mission to take over, all of YouTube, you can click on this Batman right here for all of your ToC subscription needs. However, if you would like to see more of our wonderful work, you can click on this Batman right here. He'll take care of all your other needs before I break his back. If you don't do either, we both know I'm going to have to kill you now.